The power of a reading habit for personal growth and productivity. Welcome to Rethink Your Perspectives blog, your trusted space for unlocking potential, empowering mindsets, building productive habits, and boosting motivation. Today we are discovering how a reading habit improves focus, thinking, and productivity, and how one small daily habit can support long-term personal growth. Don't forget to join the mailing list on the website, rethinkyourperspective.com, for weekly updates and powerful tools to support your growth. We hope you get some benefit from these posts, and we would love to hear your thoughts. Don't hesitate to like, share, and comment at the links at the bottom. A small habit with a big impact. When people think about improving productivity or personal growth, they often focus on large changes, new routines, big goals, complete lifestyle overhauls. But meaningful change rarely comes from dramatic shifts. More often, it grows from small, consistent habits. One of the simplest and most powerful of these is reading. A reading habit may seem small on the surface, just a few pages a day, a few minutes of quiet focus. Yet over time, it can significantly improve how you think, how you focus, and how you approach your work. Reading is not just about gaining knowledge. It's about shaping attention, building consistency, and strengthening the mental habits that support productivity. Why a reading habit matters for personal growth. Reading exposes you to new ideas, perspectives, and ways of thinking. Unlike short-form content or quick updates, reading requires you to slow down and engage more deeply. This deeper engagement helps develop critical thinking, perspective and understanding, the ability to process complex ideas. Over time, this compounds. A few pages a day may not feel significant in the moment, but across weeks and months it builds a foundation of knowledge and insight that influences how you make decisions and approach challenges. Personal growth is rarely about one breakthrough moment. It's about gradual expansion, and reading supports that process quietly but consistently. How reading supports productivity. At first glance, reading may not seem directly linked to productivity. However, the habits developed through regular reading translate strongly into productive behaviour. Number 1, it improves focus. Reading trains your attention. In a world filled with notifications, quick content, and constant distractions, sustained focus is becoming harder to maintain. Reading requires you to stay with one task, follow a line of thought, resist switching attention. This strengthens your ability to concentrate on other tasks, including work that requires deep thinking. 2, it builds mental discipline. Reading consistently, even for a few minutes a day, builds discipline in a gentle way. It's not intense or overwhelming, but it reinforces the ability to start something intentionally, continue without distraction, and finish what you begin. This carries over into other habits and tasks. And thirdly, it reduces mental clutter. Reading can act as a reset. Instead of jumping between tasks or reacting to constant input, reading creates a space for calm, focused thinking. This can reduce overwhelm, improve clarity, support better decision-making. Productivity improves when your mind feels less scattered. Reading is a case study for habit building. A reading habit is a useful example because it demonstrates how small habits create meaningful change over time. It starts small. A reading habit doesn't require an hour a day. It can begin with 1 page, 5 minutes, a short section of a book. This makes it easy to start and repeat. Becomes easier with repetition. At first, reading may require effort, especially if focus has been fragmented. But with repetition, starting becomes easier, focus improves, the habit begins to feel more natural. This is how habits move towards becoming second nature. It builds identity. Over time, a reading habit can shift identity. Instead of thinking, I should read more, you begin to think, I'm someone who reads regularly. This identity shift reinforces the habit and makes it easier to maintain. So how to build a reading habit that lasts? Like any habit, a reading habit works best when it is simple and well supported. So start smaller than you think. One of the biggest mistakes people make is setting unrealistic expectations. Instead of, I'll read for 30 minutes every day, start with, I'll read 1 page. This reduces resistance and makes consistency easier. Attach reading to an existing routine. As we've spoken about previously, habit stacking can make reading easier to remember. For example, after making your morning drink, read 1 page. Before going to sleep, read for 5 minutes. Linking reading to an existing habit creates a natural cue. Make reading easy to access. Your environment matters. If a book is out of sight, it's easy to forget. So try keeping a book visible, using a bookmark to remove friction, having a book available in multiple places, leaving a book on your pillow. The easier it is to start, the more likely you are to follow through. Let it be imperfect. You don't need to read every day perfectly, or finish books quickly, or understand everything immediately. The goal is consistency, not perfection. even a few pages count. Why one small habit can change more than you expect. The real power of a reading habit isn't just the information you gain, it's what the habit represents. It shows that you can build consistency, that small actions can compound, and that progress doesn't require intensity. Once you experience this with one habit, it becomes easier to apply the same approach elsewhere. For example, a 5-minute planning session, one short focus session, a simple end-of-day reset. Reading becomes a foundation for wider behavioural change. Habits, consistency, and long-term growth. A reading habit highlights an important truth about productivity and growth. Small habits, repeated consistently, create long-term results. You don't need dramatic effort every day. You need habits that fit your life, reduce resistance, support consistency. Over time, these habits shape how you think, work, and approach challenges. What do you think? If you're looking to improve productivity or personal growth, a reading habit is a simple and effective place to begin. It requires very little time, builds focus and discipline, supports consistent progress. So a gentle question for you to reflect on is, what would happen if you read just 1 page a day starting today? That small habit could shape far more than you expect. So drop in the comments or reply to this post what book you're reading or will start reading. I'm currently reading The Courage to Be Disliked and also Philip Pullman's newest book of Dust series. One personal development, one escape from the real world. If this has inspired you to rethink your own habits, explore my other posts in the Knowledge Centre, or to learn about how I can help you apply these principles in your own life, you can message me here, connect on social media, or book a free discovery call. To your continued success, Jay. Rethink your perspective.